We want to clarify that the purpose of this video is not to condemn narcissists, but to assist those who may feel they are victims of narcissism. The goal is to provide tools for recognizing signs of narcissistic behavior, offering some protection and promoting self-preservation. Narcissistic manipulation is a dark art, and understanding its intricacies is paramount for anyone seeking to protect themselves from its effects. In this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into the psyche of narcissists, unraveling the 7 mind games they expertly deploy to manipulate and control those around them. Our journey will involve a detailed examination of each tactic, complete with real-life examples, psychological insights, and practical strategies for safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. Gaslighting is a familiar tactic for many victims of abusive relationships, often associated with narcissistic behavior. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation aimed at making the victim doubt their own reality. For instance, you may have locked the door, but the narcissist secretly unlocked it and later criticizes you for being irresponsible or foolish. They assert that you are fortunate to rely on them, even when you insist that you locked the door. Through persistent lies and misinformation, the narcissist undermines your memory and judgment, causing you to question past events and eroding your trust in your own mind. Frequently, they try to reshape the narrative to cast themselves in a positive light, while portraying you negatively, often by inventing stories or falsely attributing statements to you. Real-world scenarios will be dissected to illustrate how gaslighting erodes self-confidence and disrupts one's sense of reality. Practical tips for recognizing and resisting gaslighting will empower you to reclaim control over your own narrative. Projection is a manipulative tactic that narcissists employ to deflect their issues onto you. They attempt to unload their negative emotions by projecting them onto someone else and treating them as a psychological punching bag. Typically, this involves convincing you that you possess problematic behaviors, deflecting blame from themselves. They may use derogatory language, reprimand you for your actions, or express anger towards you for behaviors they exhibit themselves. Double standards. By understanding the impact of projection on the victim, we can unravel the web of blame and cultivate resilience against this insidious tactic. Third, guilt tripping. When a narcissist desires something from you, they may attempt to guilt trip you into obtaining it. They induce feelings of sympathy, pressuring you to perform favors for them and remain by their side. They subtly remind you of perceived wrongs you've committed against them in a passive-aggressive manner. This is intended to suggest that you are indebted to them, or they use it as justification to hold a grudge, instilling in you a desire to rectify the perceived transgressions. Silent treatment is a powerful tool in the narcissist's arsenal, causing profound emotional distress through isolation. Silent treatment is a common behavior. While we may not directly engage in it, we are aware that at some point in our lives, we have ignored someone to convey our feelings of hurt, anger, or disappointment. However, a narcissist employs the silent treatment for a different purpose, to undermine the self-esteem of their victim. If you have low self-esteem, you seek support. They exploit this need, making you believe you require them. Even if you haven't committed any wrongdoing, they will ignore you until you find yourself pleading for their attention, apologizing for everything, regardless of fault. Feigning ignorance is a common trait. It appears that trusting narcissists is challenging. However, there is one unfortunate thing you can rely on narcissists for. They consistently have an excuse ready for why they are not accountable for their mistakes. Frequently, they act oblivious and innocent to evade responsibility for their negative actions. They manipulate you into believing they didn't intend harm or were unaware of the consequences. Once you forgive them and convince yourself they are a good person who made a simple mistake, they betray you and repeat the cycle by stabbing you in the back. 6. Playing the victim. Remember how we mentioned that a narcissist will always use empathy as a weapon. This is their tactic. Generally, we understand that showing compassion and understanding is the right thing to do when someone is in distress. Unfortunately, if you extend this to a narcissist, it becomes a signal for them to exploit you. Did they make a mistake or create a big mess? Perhaps they did something wrong or hurtful. Well, they'll tell you it's not them who was in the wrong, it was someone else. usually the victim. They'll claim that the entire world and cosmos have treated them unfairly. In this way, they continually seek and drain compassion and pandering from you, the caring human being. Tantrums abound. As one might anticipate, narcissists do not respond favorably when you assert yourself and refuse to yield to their demands. Enter the tantrums. They frequently become upset, raise their voices, resort to name-calling, and utter hurtful remarks, all in an effort to intimidate you into submission. Reasoning with them or trying to talk them down is futile, as they are always convinced of their infallibility, viewing anyone who disagrees as profoundly mistaken and consequently an adversary. Do these signs resonate with someone you know? Is there a narcissist currently in your life? If so, it is beneficial to recognize these strategies so you can better shield yourself and potentially avoid becoming a victim of narcissistic abuse. Familiarizing yourself with their tactics significantly diminishes the narcissist's influence, making it more likely they will leave you in peace. If they can't manipulate you, you are of no use to them. Therefore, prioritize self-care and spare yourself from emotional pain and trauma. The chapter of narcissistic mind games is now closed, and you are not obliged to participate. However, it's crucial to note that a qualified professional should make any diagnostic determinations. Having a few vaguely similar traits does not automatically classify someone as a narcissist. We hope you gained some new insights. Please like, share, and subscribe below to continue receiving fresh content. Thank you for watching.